guys for breakfast. Look at this book, Christopher. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see a thing. Yeah, because this is something that Grandma hasn't seen.
Well, that dog stinks.
Did you see me?
Aren't those football helmets big, huh?
There must be another line or something. That's good. There must be another line or something.
Oh, look at over there. Over there. No.
Yeah, the monorail.
Mm-hmm.
Monorail. Monorail. Well, where? I don't think.
white is the fairest one of all.
No, I know. Ooh. Whoa! What a witch with the beads. Hey, Chris, what are you doing there? It's hard. It's hard.
Take a bite, and all your dreams will come true. Now
What do you think a ride like this costs to make? My God.
No!
She went.
Are they gonna sing?
Get away. Hurry. She's on the train. Let's go.
Are they gonna sing? There she is. Ah! The rock. Whoa, where are we? Yeah, right. Sure. Oh. Oh my God.
That was a short ride.
Oh my God. That's the 20th. We're going through that to Main Street. Oh my God.
Oh, where are you?
Where's the talk? Listen, talk to your dad.
Can't take any pictures beside this.
We the people, symbols of democracy, for which they had fought so long and risked so much.
Gentlemen, many issues have been resolved here and some have been set aside. Yet can we not agree that these constitutional liberties must extend to those Americans purchased and raised as cannot stand? That's what you think, young drink of water?
Yes, my friend, that's what I think. If you have listened to suggestions to believe that all men are not created equal, let me entreat you to come back. If the Declaration of Independence is not the truth, let us get the statute book in which we find it and tear it out. Who is so bold to do it?
The leaders we have chosen to safeguard our rights and our ideals, to imagine the future and to embrace its challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, the president.
As this millennium draws to a close and the 21st century approaches, let us pause to honor the very idea of America. America mirrors the world's diversity, yet it remains united in its struggle to uphold fundamental freedoms. We believe our nation's happiness still evolves from liberty, from opportunity, and from the vision of equality set forth by our country's Declaration of Independence. And today, our nation stands as a symbol of freedom and an inspiration to people all around the world. There is nothing wrong with America that cannot be cured by what is right with America. And there is nothing wrong with the world that cannot be cured by the ideals that America represents. Those principles have no borders. And we look forward to a day when those principles, extended beyond our borders, will have circled the globe. The quest for democracy must continue until all the people of the world enjoy the freedom we must always fight to preserve. The spirit of America is as bright and hopeful today as it was in July of 1776. And we are ready to carry our great national experiment forward into the next millennium.
If the experience of these extraordinary men adds up to any one thing, it is this. To be true to the American dream, one must have the wisdom to remember and the courage to change. In honoring these men, protectors of our heritage, servants of our dream, guides to the future we face together, we honor the
My fellow countrymen, I have often inquired of myself what great principle or idea it was that kept this Confederacy so long together. It was that all should have an equal chance, that all are created equal. This is the sentiment embodied in the Declaration of Independence. Most governments have been based on the denial of rights. Ours began by affirming our rights. Let us turn this government into the channel in which the framers of the Constitution originally placed it. If we cannot give freedom to every creature, let us do nothing that will impose upon another creature. True democracy makes no inquiry about the color of the skin or place of birth or any other circumstance or condition. We propose to give all a chance. We expect the weak to grow stronger, the ignorant wiser, and all better and happier together. Let it be as nearly reached as we can. For the struggle of today is not altogether for today. It is for the vast future also. So may our children and our children's children, for 1,000 generations, rejoice under those glorious institutions bequeathed us by Washington, and continue to enjoy the benefits conferred upon us by a united country.
Where are we going now? You want to see the tiki birds?
Sure.
Get my kids away from going to the shopping.
just as much fun as New Year's Eve in the orange groves.
My word, we did get a mite carried away, huh? Yeah. I say, look out there across the water. Here's a bit of company.
Law me, yes. Welcome, you all.
Permit us to introduce ourselves. My name is Claude, and my loquacious cousin over here is...
I'll introduce myself, if you don't mind. Hi there. I'm, well, let's see now. It's right on the tip of my beak.
Clyde Birdbrain.
Oh, yeah. I'm Clyde Birdbrain.
Yo, I say, perhaps you good people have never conversed with toucan birds before.
Well, neither did we, till one day we discovered this magic sunshine pavilion.
By Jove, yes. I remember just how it happened. Many bird baths ago. There we were in an explorer's launch on a mysterious river in deepest Adventureland. Off in the distance comes the fierce roar of an African lion. And as we round a bend in the river, a huge bull elephant bellows forth in protest of our intrusion. Suddenly, the treetops explode in a frenzy of outraged birds. Oh, come, you can jolly well do better than that.
I can jolly well do one at a time.
Meanwhile, shifty-eyed crocodiles lurk by the water's edge. Lurk, lurk, lurk. And the giant python slithers down from an overhanging limb. What's happened?
Welcome to our tropical hideaway, you lucky people, you. If we work in the show starting right away, we'd be the audience, you. All together in the tiki room, in the tiki room. Our show is delightful, we hope you'll agree. We hope that it fills you with pleasure and glee. Because if we don't make you feel like that, we're gonna wind up on the lady's hat. In the tiki room, in the tiki room. All the birds sing work and the flowers grow. In the tiki room.
Camped out alongside the tracks. But don't worry, folks. These Native Americans begin
just a few minutes. We appreciate your patience. The way I hear it, Mickey Mouse himself is bringing the fair to these here parts. When Mickey's Toontown...
All right, we're on the rails again, steaming toward Big Thunder Mountain and all...
Don't worry, this is all part of the demonstration, just testing.
Welcome aboard, TTA travelers. We hope you enjoy Tomorrowland Transit Authority's Super Sky.
Chuck, come here.
Chuck.
Okay, boys. Chuck, there's a sign. There's a rope. Pull the rope. Oh.
Did you see this? Frog field? Was it a sign field? Frog field?
Jeez.
A frog field? Is it a sign?
Yeah, they just don't. We came look at.
So cross his fingers, hope we can get inside. There are no film or video restrictions on this tour, so get the cameras ready. Go ahead and point them high in the sky to the right. you're going to see, just past this tree, the symbol and landmark of the studios. It's our award-winning Earful Tower. Stands at a lucky 13 stories tall. Each year weighs 5,000 pounds. And for all the trivia buffs on board, has a hat size of 342. 38. That's right, we actually managed it. Lower down to the ground on your right is our motor pool. The colorful vintage autos there we used in the movie Dick Tracy. It starred Warren Beatty, Al Pacino, and Madonna. The plane there was known across the country as the 234 Mickey Mouse. It's called the mouse around here for short, a lot easier to remember. The plane was bought by Walt Disney himself back in 1964. He used it to show himself all over the Central Florida area. He was looking for the perfect place for the home of his dream. Give you a hint where they are right now, Walt Disney World. The two silver space pods were used in the 1986 Disney film, Flight of the Navigator. As our driver Kim navigates us around the corner, take a look on the left. Wheel of Fortune, the Mickey Mouse Club for 7 years. Many productions in here. But right now, take a look on the these are handed over to our talented staff of 180 artists and designers who each year create about 12,000 garments. And then it's like it's to your left, you'll see some of their work. You'll see costumes going by Angel, that's it. What's got to do with it? Whoopi Goldberg from Sister Act 2, Jim Carrey's costume room. This is the backyard. There are no insides or backs to these houses. Believe me, you would not want to live here. They're just used for exterior shots only, false fronts and facades, or what they're called. 6 different scripts offer different neighborhoods. Each one of the homes here are sculpted to look like a different style of American architecture. Second home on your right, front 242, is our Midwestern style house. It was used back in 1980. All the girls up there. The show starred B. Arthur, Betty White, Rhoda McClanahan, and Estelle Getty. But remember, these are just false fronts and facades, exterior shots only. The interiors, they weren't taped here. They were taped off Burbank, California, 3,000 miles away. It's the main reason why you never saw used in a very short-lived series that lasted 3 weeks on NBC. The series was called Disney Presents 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage. The boat might look a little familiar though. It looks that it was actually modeled after the SR-71 Blackbird biplane, and it's been caught at speeds of about 70 miles per hour in the water. The cars here and the 2 motorcycles, they were used in Dick Tracy, Warren Beatty, Al Pacino, and Madonna. The cargo plane that was used this past summer in the film Operation Dumbo Drop. Starred Danny Glover, Dennis Leary, Dougie Doug, and Ty the Elephant. Solar-powered van was used in Pontiac Blue the Kid. The military-style vehicles, like the 2-seater convertible, the cargo truck, and the large tank, well, they were used in Steven Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's our Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. Take a look at the tread on the tank as we go by. You're going to see it's not metal, but foam rubber. Harrison Ford likes to do a lot of his own stunts. He had a fight scene on top of the tank, so we padded it for him. The 3 low Plymouth sedans and Pacific Electric trolley car were used in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. 3 cars are actually one in the film. I'm sure you can guess which one Roger got his hands on. Give you a hint, the hardtop convertible. The trolley's from the same film, but it's not a trolley, it's a bus. Couldn't find trolley tracks for the film, so we painted the trolley tracks on the ground. 20 guys got behind that bus and pushed it all over the back lot. The blue helicopter cockpit is from Blue Thunder with Roy Scheider. The planes, they're from the Rocketeer. They didn't need a fly for the film, so they aren't real planes. They're just made out of fiberglass and plywood. Push carts and battered bobsled are from Coal Runnings. The Futurista cars, they were used in Blade Runner with Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer. The Red Coyote sports car was used in Hardcastle McCormick with Brian Keane. This set, one of the main reasons why it looks so realistic is that all the equipment is real. It was all brought out from a real oil field out in Texas. The truck was driven out from Texas, but once we got that semi here, we couldn't simply drive it into place. Take a look over the side of the shell, you're going to see why. There's about a 20-foot drop. Couldn't drive over this, so we set it into place using a crane. Then we set the park brake and locked everything down into place. This is the rain effect, folks. You look down though, there's not much wind in here, so you're not going to get very wet at all. You're going to notice though that the truck isn't getting wet either. That's because we only use 20% of the stage. The camera only has a 2-dimensional line, so to your television set at home or the movie theater, this will look pretty real. Objector cut, no, this isn't the death shuttle. Objector, please cut down. Folks, don't panic, we should be okay as long as we're not on any fire. Give me. This is the flood cam. Don't panic, folks, we should be okay as long as there's not any fire. Objector, please, guys, it's getting kind of hot down here. We can really use some random effects. carried the gas for the fire's explosion you saw. The large explosion at top had a core temperature of over 2,000 degrees. That's where all the heat came from. The large white pipes up here, they carried the water for the flash flood, and that was created when we opened 3 large holding tanks at the top of the canyon. When opened up, they sent 70,000 gallons of water crashing towards our shuttle. I know that sounds like a lot of action, but it wasn't enough for us. We had to add more by throwing that water down the canyon walls with the green high-powered air cannons in the back of the set. They're so powerful, if we took one in New York City, we could actually shoot a basketball up and over the top of the Empire State Building, 100 stories in the air. Pumps 1, 2, and 3 here at the end are busy recycling all the water back to the top of the canyon for the next show. And what seemed like an out-of-control disaster was nothing more than very safe, computerized sequence of events. The entire show can be completely reset and recycled in just 3.5 minutes. And on a busy day, it's just enough time to bring in the next shuttle out of Lincoln. The large mechanical smoking monster on the corner is the actual 6-ounce dipple mill used by Judge Field in the great crime of that. And the movie signalization system here is not only signalization just but into the store as well, folks. We are coming to the end, but don't worry. You'll be able to step inside to the studio showcase where you're going to see prop sets of puppets.
This pirate sailed on the bottom of the Maine.
Let's try to knock down the board and see his face.
These are glass.
This is the real one. This is the real one.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Brenda.
Well, Brenda, it's been nice knowing you. You'll turn around, follow Andrew, step inside, and spin the wheel on the Misfortune. Now, when Brenda is all set, Yalitza and I are going to create a storm sequence using some heavy-duty mechanical effects. And since we are, let's make sure she's okay. How you doing in there, Brenda? Okay, you'll be doing a lot better if you put your hood on. Yeah. Oh, and the strings on the side, pull them real tight. Trust me.
He's gonna get wet.
Our scene begins when Andrew rocks our pilot house to simulate movement on the high seas. To make the scene more believable, I'm going to add some rain, and in a moment I'll add wind. And then I need you, the audience, to cue the action. When I count to 3, I need each and every one of you to yell, "Dump it." When they do, so that is your cue to push this big silver lever all the way over. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. That was great. Now we're going to take the scene we just shot, edit it together with footage of our miniature that was shot in a tank like this using the same wind and rain effect. Let's see how miniatures, mechanical effects, and 2 highly trained professionals work together to create a classic high-seas adventure. Miniature looks fake, so we add waves. But if the waves are too big, our miniature looks like a toy in the bathtub. To get around these problems, we use large fans to create very small, fast-moving waves. Then we slow everything down to give the scene its proper scale. By adding some smoke, sound effects, and dramatic music, our battle sequence is almost complete. Now I say almost because we need a few more things like explosions. Those are provided by our underwater air cannons. We need a brave actress. Today we have Yalitza, and a highly skilled special effects expert, Brenda, who just recently retired from acting. All right, Yalitza, it's your turn. You're going to play the part of Captain Duck, commander of the SS, totally sinkable. In our action-packed adventure, all hands on deck. Are you ready? While on patrol in the deepest, darkest regions of our special effects water tank, you spot a battleship off in the distance, and you fire a torpedo right through the bow section. Fire 1, Captain. nice shot. Unfortunately, that was one of ours. Uh-oh, now look what you did. Enemy planes coming in at 10 o'clock. Don't get this up. Boy, I don't know about you, but I'm glad that's over with. Right? Well, Captain, fighter torpedoes. They're getting closer and closer. Captain, you're a dead duck. Nice shot. Now let's take a look at Captain Duck's explosive performance.
Look at all these people.
That's not Micah got Tara.
I'm Jim Love with a very distinguished guest. I'm sorry, who are you?
It's always exciting.
That's great. You just made it.
Where do you take the picture of now?
All the way around.
Oh, all the way around. That must be the ferry, huh?
Mm-hmm, I think so. Sure looks like it.
The picture's over there. See? You can tell by the... Yeah, the way their building is.
A pagoda style.
Where's this is your pool?
You would be in it all day.
It's clean. Look at that. There's
Yeah.
Buddha in it.
Yeah.
There's no line. Oh, yeah, there is.
Sure there is. Take more than that.
More than that. You know, Germany, the place of your birth. I think we'll probably see your family there. We will try.
Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
She's puffing, she's puffing.
Let's go. If they come. It was great.
Dad, can you see me? There's a sign. There's a sign of this. Huh?
little bit out of season.
Could you see me?
We could see you.
Hi.
Question is, do we want to see you?
Well, then.
We are here in Paris. Finally, the sun has finally come out. It is 3:25.
Took us 2 minutes to get there, too. What park opened up?
April 8th. 6:30 in the evening. Lisa and Christopher are swimming. It is in the 70s.
Look at this. What do they do? Skiing? Look at this.
Wave to the camera. What? Wave to the camera. Where's Christopher? Where's Christopher?
I can climb. What? This. What's this?
showcase.
April 9th.
And I'm very tired.
Because Dad wakes us up early.
It's 10 after 7. 10 after
Eastern
7
time.
in the morning.
Mom's
And I'm
never up
very
this
tired.
early.
You're all over. Oh, God.
Discovery just ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Like the cacao on either side of the boat, inside the ripe orange pods are cocoa beans, which are the main ingredient for chocolate. Beneath the cacao are sweet potatoes and above them coconuts. This is known as intercropping, when you grow 2 or more compatible crops in the same place. On your left, we have papaya, a rich tropical source of vitamin C. The unripened green papaya contains enzyme, which is used as a meat temperizer. On your right, we have some coffee trees that are in bloom. And on the rocky terraces, peanuts and rice. This is where we're practicing crop rotation. After the peanuts have been harvested, they leave nutrients behind in the soil and help establish the newly planted rice. Here we have sugarcane, Florida's #1 producer of sugarcane. Next is cassava. The root of cassava is used to make tapioca pudding out of. Here are pineapple plants. If you look in the very center, you can see a small pineapple just beginning to bloom. And over here on your right is a purple banana flower. And bananas are the most popular fruit throughout the world. And on your left, on the trellises, are the pink jumbo banana squash. Each squash can weigh up to 40 pounds apiece.
Look at those bananas.
When I mentioned tons of fish in a small area like the Zoccozel. On your right are the pacu. They're a relative of the piranha family. But they're a vegetarian member. Coming up on your left are catfish. Catfish are the #1 fish in aquaculture in the United States. Back on your right, we have some young alligators. Once almost an endangered species. Now here in Florida, we have over 1 million alligators. Some are on alligator farms where they're raised for their meat and hide. In the tubes are the sturgeon, a source of caviar. And beneath them, American eel. Not only are the eels used for food to eat, but also eel skins are used to make wallets, belts, shoes, and other leather items. Altogether, Aquacel produces over 3 tons of fish each year that are served in our restaurants at Walt Disney World. On your right, you can see our computerized drip irrigation tubing, which helps us to deliver water directly to the root zones of our plants, like the miniature sunflower plant, which grows to a height of only 4 feet, and the sunflower seeds can be used for either snack food, bird feed, or oil production. On either side of the boat, we have cotton, the pretty pink flowers, a relative of the hibiscus family, and 3 months later on your left, you can see the mature cotton boll that's now ready for harvest. Our next greenhouse is our production or string greenhouse. Here most of our crops are grown vertically on these strings. In this greenhouse, we're trying to conserve water usage by using a computer-controlled device called a lysimeter, which was developed here at the land and delivers water to our plants only as needed. It has helped us to conserve up to 70% of our water supply in these cucumbers alone. These sheets of styrofoam are floating on a 1-foot bed of water, and dissolved in the water are the 13 elements needed for plant growth. It allows us to grow our lettuce without soil. That's called hydroponics. Each year, pests destroy at least 1/3 of all the crops worldwide. Here at the land, we use integrated pest management. It's the use of several pest control methods all working together. For example, we release lacewings and ladybugs into our growing areas. They love to eat aphids, one of our most troublesome pests. Plant Pavilion restaurants. Our last greenhouse is our creative greenhouse, and this is where we grow plants in interesting ways. Like the lettuce A-frame on your right, with 700 lettuce plants on it. If we grew them horizontally on the ground, we'd only need about 100 lettuce plants in the same area. Here you can see where the water nutrient solution is being sprayed directly onto the root zones of our crops. This allows us to grow our squash in the air without soil. Biotechnology is an exciting new tool for agriculture and medicine. Here in our new biotechnology lab, we're working with the United States Department of Agriculture to try and control the ripening of peaches. And many of the technologies we've seen in our greenhouses today are being used right now on farms around the world. Others have become more common as we develop new, innovative methods of agriculture, methods that will increase productivity.
As you can see, we were both wearing wetsuits, and as the name implies, we do get wet underneath. Now, the wetsuit allows a very thin layer of water to become trapped between our skin and the wetsuit material, and our body heat will warm that layer of water, and that acts as a type of insulation. Now, in just a few moments, you will be able to see Susan, and all you have to do is walk down the observation deck on the second level. Now, you can get up there by using either side of the staircase, and there's also an
I could use something to drink. It is.
I'm gonna wait.
Hold on, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. It's overcast, but it's still better than Chicago.
Mm-hmm. What?
Hello. What you're watching is not real. It is inside of
Epcot Center.
Epcot Center, but not inside. It is a playroom. You are not watching it. people have these big car things?
I don't know.
Hey, Dad.
How you doing?
Okay.
We're just waiting for your mother.
Okay, let's
Epcot.
go see out here. Oh, there you are again.
Oh, God, look at this.
Now, folks, if you take a look over to the port side or left side of the boat for you non-laptops, you'll see Frontierland. Frontierland is the last vestige of civilization before we head out into Indian country. For them fast in nothing more than a hollowed-out log. And just because he survived, everybody wants to do it. Everybody that is, except me, because you see, there ain't no way, no how, no one's going to make it go over no falls and no hollowed-out log, folks. But I just might do it in a keelboat, though. Maybe this trip, folks, what do you say? Plaquemine River pirates have struck again. Oh, well, there's not much we can do now to help these settlers. I sure do. There's been laying beacons up and down this here river, letting everybody know what channels are safe to go through or not. Well, see you later, Beacon Joe. And now on the port side is an Algonquin hunting village. Funny thing, never seen them this far east before. I guess the reason that village is so deserted right now is probably because all the hunters are over on the island right now searching for game. It's an Indian village. Now, my grandpa used to trade with those Indians, furs and pelts, and he'd bring them on down to New Orleans, where he'd sell those furs and pelts for cash and gold.
Can you see some of that?
They sure do sound ornery right now, don't they, folks? Think maybe we should hightail it out of here before they catch our scent. Folks, looks like we've made it back to Liberty Square. Just like to remind all of you to please remain seated until we are fully docked and secure. Folks on the bottom, your extra patience will be greatly appreciated because we will be loading from the top first. The reason why is because you are the all-important ballast, and if you got out first...
Do you want to look at some? If you're wondering what that dead body's out there doing, I don't know.
It's April 11th. Today is Thursday. We're checking out Discovery Island.
Don't worry about that body.
Well, I'm here to talk about reptiles, but I need a little help from you folks. What is it that makes an animal a reptile? What do you think? Gotta have scales on its body, certainly. That's a big part. What else? Go ahead. Cold-blooded, yeah. That doesn't mean they're going to kill anybody. And it really doesn't even mean that their blood is always cold. It just means they take on whatever temperature's around them. Okay, is there another one? Do you know what? Okay, a lot of them have sharp teeth, but not all of them. In fact, this guy sitting here doesn't have any teeth. Hey, that's kind of unusual, isn't it? Any other criteria we got? Looking for how they reproduce, really.
Eggs.
What do you think? They lay eggs, yeah. At least about half of them actually lay eggs. They have turtles live in the water, so they've got webbing between their toes, or they've got fins. And tortoises live on land, so they can afford to have much heavier bodies. They're not worried about sinking at all. And they've also got some very thick legs to carry those bodies around. In fact, those back legs look a lot like elephant feet. This guy's called an African. Actually, I didn't mean anything by that, sir. I'm sure you're a nice guy. Well, this isn't even a real alligator. This is one of those rubber ones you can buy for $3 at a gift shop on the way out. Nobody's believing that. Okay. Well, I am lying. There's nothing in that gift shop for $3. This is a real alligator. He's about 1.5 years old, and we'll let you take a look in that mouth. You'll see a lot of teeth. And if you look real carefully, you might notice you don't see a hole where his throat is supposed to be. Okay, so that part of him does make him look like a rubber alligator. And the reason that looks like that is alligators have a flap on the back of their tongue that covers up their throat. So while they're underwater, they can bite and grab at things, but they're not going to have the water rush into their lungs. So if you're an alligator, that's important. Take your time. Over there. All right, well, what else can you do with that tail? Is there any other use? You said he could swim with it. Anything? Yeah, he can smack you with the thing. All right. Now, in a little alligator like this, if this guy smacks you, that's not going to be a big deal. But if you happen to get smacked by a pretty good-sized alligator, some of those guys can break your leg with their tail. There's a lot of power there. And if they don't break your leg, at the very least, they're going to knock you down when you have to deal with the frame. Right? So it does pay to watch out for all that. I think I'm going to take a break and change batteries, and I'll be right back with you. And that's a mouthful to set off on time, but it is very descriptive of these lizards. They are found only in the Solomon Islands. They are in a group of lizards we call skinks, and those are lizards that tend to look a lot like snakes with legs. And we call them prehensile tail, well, when it's warmer, because they can use that tail like a monkey does. Okay, so where do these lizards spend most of their life? Trees. Yeah, hanging around the trees, exactly. Now, they're not real fast-moving lizards. That was turbo speed that you just saw. So in the wild, they're not going to be able to outrun a predator very well, and that's the reason they're colored like this. They're very well camouflaged for being in a tree. And we also find that because they move so slow, they'd have a really hard time catching up with food that runs away. And so they spend their life hunting very slow-moving fruit and flowers and leaves. You see this one sticking his tongue out every now and again. And that's pretty much their entire life. They just spend it in the trees kind of licking everything they come across to see if they can eat it. No problem. I do have a snake behind you, Ben, but nothing to worry about. You don't have to touch the snake. We're just going to wrap it around your neck. Doing good so far. Now keep smiling no matter what goes wrong, because people are taking pictures out here. Yeah. Real good. All right. Don't pass out. That messes up my show. Okay. Take a look at that snake's face. Do you know what kind of snake that is? No. Have you ever heard of a snake called a cobra? Yeah, this is not a cobra. Does anybody know what kind of snake I've got here? No?
Oh, it's not a rattlesnake either. It's not a venomous snake at all. This snake is a constrictor. What does that mean? Yeah, we'll get around and spray his neck and squeeze the life out of him. Hey, just keep smiling. You're doing fine. If you can smile with your mouth closed. Can you keep your mouth closed? Yeah, they like the warm, damp places. We don't want to get in there. What's that? Up your neck? You want them to go up your neck? Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. Keep smiling. People are still taking photos, okay? Does it tickle yet? Yeah, wait till he licks in the ear. That's fun. This snake is called a Florida king snake, folks. And I know a lot of you are sitting out there that don't like snakes a whole lot, but you ought to like this snake. The reason he's called a king snake is he's out there eating other snakes. Okay? So he's doing the dirty work for you, really. They're completely immune to snake venom, so they can eat rattlesnakes, copperheads, water moccasins, all those animals you really would not want to have crawling around your backyard. And in addition to all that, they eat a lot of mice and rats every year. So
I miss the alligators.
Mike, there's one in the water.
Oh, shoot, that's the one there. It's on top of the waterfall. Oh, yeah. That's what they're doing there.
This is a
bigger one. The little one in the...
Look at my shirt embroidered. What do I do now? Look upside down, Mom. Don't take a shot. Hi. Hello.
Hello?